Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Good to see you, sir.
You too.
All right, give me your attention if you don't mind. Questions come after.
All right. All right. Morning. How's everybody doing? All right, man. So let's see. You know, normally when I come here, I come here and I talk a little bit about myself, man, and my life and um, in hopes of motivating or inspiring someone, because it definitely have done that for me. But I was asked to this time if I could come here and I could talk a little bit about what we're doing over there at Summer Academy in terms of trades. You know, um, but before I get started though with that, I do want to say to you that um, you know I tell you, I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of things. My life has taken me, around a few corners, and back. But and it ain't all been good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, starting off, it was rough. You know what I mean? But nothing that I've done, and don't get me wrong, right? Um, what I've done matters. I mean, for a while it changed my life, right? But nothing that I've done is more important than what I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm not here because of what I've done. Matter of fact, I'll be still in prison, serving life. You know what I mean? You know, you know, you know. I'm here now because of what I've done, what I'm doing, you know. And so, if I could leave you with anything, it would be that although what we've done is important and it matters to a lot of people, it matters to you. It's not more important than what you're doing now. Okay? All right. Because at the end of the day, um, we're never too old to start learning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
So, so right now, I teach at Summer Academy, man. I've been there now around 14 years,
Wow.
Teaching. And, I really appreciate the trades, right? I appreciate the trades, and I appreciate the trades for a couple reasons. First of all, anybody know what a baby boomer is? Anybody? What's a baby boomer?
They were born in like the 1950s, and their life was supposed to be like, they were like trendy, and they were like children who expressed themselves like by being hippies. And
I thought a baby boomer was because everyone was having children and so many children at that time. It was considered a baby boom.
Okay. Anybody else?
What is it? A baby boom?
Boomer. Yeah. Well, in the context that I'm speaking about it, I'm more concerned with the ages, right? And like she said, they were born in the 40s, and if you was born, I think 44 or 46, you would be around 81 or 83 now, and the cutoff period was I think 64.
Yeah.
Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Okay, and so now if you were 64, okay, so that means now you would be 61, 62, 60, around, huh? Okay, right. See what I'm saying? Okay, now, the reason why that's important because in construction, and this probably holds true in other, other areas too, but in construction, the baby boomers are retiring, right? A lot of them done retired already. Many of them just waiting to have their card pulled, but they are retiring.
Mhm.
Okay, and this has created a problem, a huge, huge problem for the country, but also an opportunity. Okay, their children don't want to do it. Their children don't want to follow behind their dad. They don't want to do it, right? So we're talking about, the Gen Z, right? You know, they want a podcast. I'm serious, or a YouTube channel, Instagram. They want to make money that way. They see, a new outlet for making a living, and it don't appear to be physical, right? Appears to be very glamorous, and wow, I don't even have to lift a finger, and I could become, rich. So they don't want to do it, right? They want to use their phones and so forth and so forth, and that's fine. But the point is that though it's leaving a void there, right? Uh, and now, whereas that in the past, companies could be discriminative and picky and decide who they want to let in or not let in, and if you was someone who wasn't ideal or they didn't like the way you look, you know what I mean, or what you were about, they had the luxury of not giving you an opportunity to prove yourself and show what you can do. Well, now that done changed because now we have all these outlets, all these folks retiring. Their kids don't want to do it. It's creating a problem, and so they have to. Extend that opportunity to whoever wants it now.
Right.
Right? Whoever wants it now. This is one of the reasons why I love the trades. For me personally, it has created an opportunity for me to pivot, right, and to pivot and to change my life and to earn to earn money, to be able to take care of myself and my family in a way that originally probably would have proved to been, somewhat more challenging. Another thing I like about the trades, and I want you to notice, is that the construction industry is the most forgiving industry when it comes to background. Did you know that?
Yes.
And I used to wonder why that is, but now that I've been a part of it for so long now, I get it. They just want to know three things. One, are you dependable? Meaning, are you going to? Can they depend on you? Are you going to show up? Are you reliable? Right. Two, do you have a decent enough attitude? Because they rather work with someone who don't know nothing, but has a good attitude because they can teach you everything you need,
Right.
than for you to be very talented but be a cancer. See what I'm saying? Because no one wants a cancer nowhere near their body
Right.
of anything,
Right.
right? Because what do cancer do?
Kill.
It spreads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and And the the um, the third thing, right? And I said attitude, right? I said showing up. Oh, can you do the work, right? And listen, if you check those boxes, right, they couldn't care less about your background. You know what I mean? Because in construction, they don't have to factor that the way a lot of other industries are forced to do, right? I mean, look, we're out here in nowhere land building whatever we're building. Ain't no kids out here. Ain't no babies out here,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So what? You got a XO case? Okay, well, you know what? That's not my business. I don't have to worry about that out here because we're adults. We're the only ones out here building, right? So I don't have to factor that in. You know, it's not as heavy on my mind as it would be if you was trying to, work at a school where kids is at. You know what I'm saying? The stuff like I don't have to factor that in. Okay, you got a jacket of theft or robbery, burglary. Okay, well, it ain't nothing to rob here. I mean, we ain't even built the house yet. What you gonna rob some dirt?
Right.
Good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, you okay, fine. That should pass. Cool. I don't have to really worry about that. You know what I mean? That's not something an issue for us out here. And then I can go on and on and on. And so that's why in construction, um, it's more forgiving because they don't have to worry about that stuff. You know what I mean? They don't have to worry, and so they're more willing to take chances to give you a shot, opportunity because they need good people, and what I mean by good people who going to show up, you know, and have a attitude that's conducive to learning. You know what I'm saying? And gonna do the work, right? Go ahead. You say you got something?
Um, at Summit, are you able to do like join the trade while also doing GED courses there? Or do you have to finish the GED then do?
You know what? Hold that question. So let me get there. Right. I'm gonna answer all those questions. But yeah, so that's it. Now another reason why I love the trades, why I think getting involved in the trades would be wonderful for you, because unlike other professions, the trades are unique in the sense that you don't just get a career trade, you get a life skill.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You get a life skill, right? You know what I mean? And look, I can't tell you how many people who I know don't work for anyone, but their skill have created an opportunity for them to work for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I know guys, man, that just only thing they do is just build decks, and they make more than 100 grand a year. I got a partner that just hangs sheetrock. He don't do the mudding, taping. He just hang it. He just put it up. $43 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but even more important than that, I have friends who just work for themselves, just install screen doors or windows. I mean, when you have the life skill, you make it work to improve your own life,
Mm-hmm.
but not just your life, but the life of your family, your friends. And what's also great about a trade, guess what? It goes wherever you go. It travels. You know what I'm saying? So you want to move to Ghana, well, you don't have to, and you leaving Target, well, you don't have to say, well, is there a Target over there that, can you guys transfer me or can you create an opportunity, a shot for me to get over there? No, you don't have to do that. Your skill, you go over there, your skill travels with you. The same thing you were doing here, you do there. You look around and you say, okay, let me see, how can I implement my skill here? Okay, what needs to be done? Oh, okay, they're not doing that. Okay, I see it's a niche in that area. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Or I can do this. You know what I mean? But your skill, your trade travels with you. You know, I've done work for family. I've helped friends out. Um, so yeah, so a trade, it's a wonderful opportunity. Now, Summit Academy, we have carpentry now. We got electrician. We got uh, dentistry. If you want to be a dental assistant or hygienist, uh, we, huh? We don't have that. We got right? Medical assistant.
Oh, okay.
We got Uh, we got we got um, IT, right? We got IT. We got uh, finance, finance now, right? So we're putting folks into jobs as mortgage, uh, um, assistance, and financial, uh, you know, uh, uh, assistants and recorders, and just all kind of stuff, you know, with that finance thing. It's a wonderful trade they started there. I was shocked when they started that. Go ahead.
Your medical assistant or dental assistant, like, you have to be a certain age or how old, or how long is the program?
There's no age restriction. There's no age, right? I just said 15 minutes ago, you're never too old to what? Yeah, to learn. Ain't no age.
So how,
Right. Yeah.
is there a wait list against the medical assistant or dental assistant
Well,
program?
I don't know how each trade there has its own wait list. So you have to first, express your interest, right? And then you will get your answers. But I'm here to give you some insight, information on how you can do that, right? How you can get involved with all that.
Question. So most seem like everything that y'all do is mostly hands on. What about anything with, like, let's say you want to get into counseling, so get some type of therapist or counseling, or
Right.
y'all do
We don't do that. We do have an outstanding GED program. They've been coming there, man. I don't know how, but they get that GED in a few weeks, and they go ahead.
So I'm glad you brought the GED thing up. I was a GED instructor for the last almost 7 years in prison, and I'm trying to continue down that same path. I don't know if you guys are hiring over there, but I'm throwing it out there.
Well, okay. Well, come on over there and check into it. Right. Check into it. Check into it. Come over there. Check into it. And I tell you what. Why don't we talk a little bit offline, and let's take it from there. How about that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Any other questions about that? About the trades? Anything? Yeah.
How long is the MA program?
20. What? All the programs are the same length of time. Oh. So 20 weeks. All of them as of now. Now the GED program, a lot of times they get the GED and they roll right over into a trade. So if that's you, then it will be a little longer because you have to add the time you spent with the GED, to learning the trade. So, yep.
And that construction, is there like, can you just learn like just framing or can you learn just, or do you go through the whole process and then?
Right. So if you go through the carpentry program, in phase 2, you will receive 2 types of learning. So you will learn rough framing, which is the rough work, like, framing up, a home, a structure, so you will learn that, dealing with, joists and studs and trimmers and plates and rafters and stuff like that, truss. Okay, and then the next week you will learn finish carpentry. So it would be you would be doing detail work, in the shop, and so every week you will alternate. One week you'll be outside building a structure. Second week you'll be inside doing work that specialize in more detailed and being more yeah.
Is there help with getting the tools?
Yes, if you come to Summit when you graduate and you show that you were hired, either placed or hired, we will give you a choice. If it's a union company, we will offer to pay your dues for a year. If it's not a union company, we will offer to purchase you a $400 bucket of tools that are trade specific to your job. And we do that for every student. Right. And so, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Is there any cost for the program or any kind of high school fund?
Well, right. Well, that's what's great about Summit is that when you graduate in the block, meaning not on anybody anything because it didn't cost you anything to get started. And because there's a social component to what Summit does, it's not by coincidence that is, on the north side, not just on the north side, but in the community, in the hood. So there's a social component to it. And what that means for you is that over the years, Summit has never turned a student away. So every year we have around like 15% students come through that don't qualify for the Pell Grant, right? Or a loan because they done messed it up or, had it or didn't, or dropped out or something. Do you guys know Summit has never turned a student away? We just foot the whole bill.
Wow.
Right. Now that's because of the mission.
Right.
Okay, and so we have a responsibility. Yes, the goal is to create opportunities for you to get into the trades, but the school is also mission driven.
That's beautiful.
Okay. So whether you qualify for the grant or not, it won't cost you a penny. It won't turn you away. Yeah. So that's what's great. So that's and right now we have a student who transferred from Dunwoody. They came to us $35,000 in debt. How can you get $35,000 in debt? Dunwoody is a 2-year program, but how you get 35 stacks?
Right.
I mean, man, 35 racks? Are you kidding me? So anyway,
you took them in?
Oh yeah. Look, since I've been there, this is probably maybe the 12th student that I, consciously know of that transferred from Dunn. I mean, They come over all the time,
Mhm.
but they come over, but they always come in debt. Like we've never had a Dunwoody transfer coming, you know,
With a zero
debt
balance.
free. We
Right.
never had it. I
Mhm.
mean, if we have, I don't know about it. So let me put it that way. You know, if what Dunwoody? Oh yeah, they got a loan for you. Oh yeah, they got a loan for. Listen, now they ain't Summit. They don't have that mission, right?
Mhm.
That's
It's money driven.
a business, right? And one thing they're good at though, they will help you find a loan. If you know, no, I'm serious. I'm serious. If you want to go,
They're gonna
I'm
help you.
serious.
You
They're
gonna
gonna
find
help
that
you
money.
find a loan. If you want to go to school, right? They're gonna make sure they help you find the money, right? That will allow you to do that. So they are providing a valuable service. Just know though that you got to pay it back.
Right.
I mean, it's a loan. You know what I mean? And you know, and hey, and you know, even with this law, this administration, you know, it's three things still certain: death, taxes, and student loans.
Right.
So you
Right.
know, they got to be paid back, or they're gonna hunt you until the end.
Right.
I'm serious, man. Student loans, they don't forgive it, man. I mean, it's like, you know. Anyway, so that's what's going on, man. With that, Summit got. If you're wondering, right now, man, we got. If you take the COVID years out, and you have to take the COVID years out because, you know, I said the COVID years like it's over, huh? But you know what I mean, though. I'm talking about the tough COVID years, right? Summit got a 70% placement rate. That's where we at now
Wow.
with that. At least with the construction trades, right? Now with the finance, I don't know what the success rate is because it's really, really new.
Right.
It's only like 9 months old.
Sure.
You know what I mean? The dental thing, extremely new. We ain't even that's starting up like the next cohort. You know what I mean? So they don't even have numbers yet. And but yeah, but the carpentry, the electrical program, the GED program, those um, IT, mod, those have established numbers, so we know what they do. Yeah.
So I took my test, right? So that was good. Yeah, yeah, good. I could do it anyway. How do you go about the tutoring situation? Like, to get back in? I want to take my test on the pad.
What the GD?
Yeah.
Oh, so they got you covered, man. There, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you start, they have amazing, amazing support for GED students. Summit has received an award from the city for their GED program, more than one. So they got. I mean, I don't know what they doing over there, man, but they got it. They got it. They got it figured out. They got it, man. They have a hugely successful GED program.
So I go to the tab, like, I guess, what, tutoring after I fail the test, just to take it again?
You say, well, I mean, assuming you're a part of Summit's GED program,
I would have took the test.
okay, so you already done took the test. Oh well, I can't speak on that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't speak on that.
But what he's saying is, let me just jump in.
Yeah.
If you join Summit's GED program,
Right,
they
right.
start you right from the beginning, like
Right.
you never took the test.
Right,
And then
right.
they training you up, and then they give you the test.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. They're not going to take responsibility for, some other, process. You know what I mean? But they can stand by theirs. So that's what they do.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Well, that was great.
So look, I tell you. So what I did, depending on if you have an interest in a trade, I got some flyers here that would give you information about that trade and how you can get into that trade. So, well, yeah. I mean, they are all kinds. So, carpentry, electrical. So, I'm IT. Okay. IT.
Got
IT. Yeah. There you go. You get for IT people. I mean, not everybody IT. Anybody else have an interest in a certain trade or learning more information about it? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Carpentry. Yeah. Yeah. So we got carpentry, right? We got electrician, finance, right? Uh, of, of healthcare, right? Right?
Let me get
Dental assistant, if that's your
leave me some of
uh
the health care for the ladies.
the healthcare.
Yeah,
Okay, Dan, I'm just gonna give you the
yeah.
whole. Okay, there you go. What's your name, brother?
Anthony.
Anthony. Okay, Willie. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. And which one? IT. Oh, IT. You mean? Okay, I gave you two, but it's all good. Anybody interested in GED?
Can I get the paper for it?
What for? What the GED?
Yeah. Well, I got information on some of the contacts.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's cool. You know what? And you know what? What I do, I'm just, you know what? I can leave it all here.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean? Because I made it for you guys.
Yeah,
Anyway.
so leave it with Miss Kathy.
Okay, I'm just gonna let me
We can
just
have Wayne
get one.
reproduce it.
I got a sheet though. I want
Uh-huh.
a sheet though. I gotta see which one it is though. Let me see here. Let me see. I got a sheet that I want to keep here. Yeah, let me see which one that is. Okay. This one here. I'm gonna keep this one here. So if you're interested in, let's say, the construction trades specifically, they just received a wage hike from the union. So now in the metro area, carpenters as an apprentice, as a union apprentice, are paid 27. I think it's 27.35 an hour, $27 and some change. Electricians now are paid more. They're paid like 28, 29 an hour starting out. Uh, you know, for journeyman carpenters, that mean the day you become that, that's that's 40. What did it say? Uh, 45, 45. I think that is for electricians. I think it's 47. Yes.
So for the construction trade, I want to do my GED.
Yeah. Yeah. So you would go through that GED program there. You don't have to, right? You could go through another one, but that one they have a really effective one. You know what I mean? So they can get you through that thing, man, in no time. In no
Are there
time.
any age requirements for any of these jobs?
Are there age requirements for any of the jobs? Of the what?
For the training? Is there any?
No, no. We have, I've had students who were 70 years old. Now, look, obviously, when we get an elder like that, they're not interested in working. They're coming there because they in the twilight of the years, they own their homes and they want to learn how to become more handy
Wow.
just around their house, right? And
Wow.
so they like to do their own wood stuff at home or their
Right.
own little projects. You know, they're trying to stay relevant, youthful, right? And so we get them all the time.
Yeah.
And I love it because it always has a certain effect on the rest of the class. You know, they be calling them Papa, and, I mean, all kind of stuff. You know, moms, all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So
I never thought of that.
yeah. So we can get them all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
good.
Yeah, we get them all the time.
So we're gonna wrap up here, but if anybody got another question, a last minute question for Will.
Yeah.
The math program up for doing this kind of work.
Yeah.
So they you take classes or for to add onto your math, will they help you with?
Yeah. So So definitely. So let me explain. So it's two phases. Phase one is where you get your math, you learn how to read a blueprint. You get taught safety, so you receive your OSHA 10 or OSHA 30 certification. You'll get that from me. Your building materials, right? And hand and power tools. So you'll learn how to operate safely, hand and power tools before you get to phase two. So phase one, you got the math class, right? And so they build your math skills up to a level, right? That will allow you to be competent and confident going into phase two, right? Definitely. That's a part of your training there. And then phase two is hands-on. And then that's when you're assigned to the electrical group, the carpenter group, your guys out there building, wiring, doing what you do.
Let's give Will a big hand. Man, I really appreciate you coming over, and some of the new programs that OIC has really is exciting to be in the community.
Yeah, man. I've been with Summit now for 14 years. I've been home from prison since 2011. You know what I mean? I had a long incarceration stint. I'm sure you told him about it.
Mm.
Okay, so no, he said, "No, man, I'm waiting on you to tell him." Right. 24 years I served in, and so I was in a long time, and so when I came home, of course, man, I was confronted with the same challenges and opportunity to become something different, create something new that you have, that you're confronted with, and listen, although folks' opinions of me didn't necessarily matter, but um, although there were certain circumstances and conditions that would impact how I could go about things, right? And the level of access I may have had to certain resources because of my background and who I am and what my history was. As true as that is, none of that was more powerful than what I thought about myself.
Mm.
You understand? Because at the end of the day, all that stuff is still out there. You know what I mean? That stuff ain't going nowhere, man. Man, those traps and those trap doors and all that stuff is still out there. But none of it can compete with how you think about yourself. And I'm just telling you.
Mm. That's good. Thank you, sir.
All right, man. Listen, y'all owe me a sandwich too. I'm serious, man. I'm over here, man. I'm on my lunch break. I said to myself, Pop's gonna feed me.
That's right.
I see some wild on there, some chips, something.
Yeah, get you some.
I'm gonna get something.